Welcome back, y'all. So today, got the Benelli M4. This is my wife's shotgun. Unfortunately, I wanted one. She got to claim it. This was a Christmas present for her last year, actually. Anyway, this gun, this is probably the coolest shotgun I've ever owned or wanted to own. You know, if you don't know what the Benelli M4 is, I don't know where you've been. But military, it's called the M1014. Obviously not in this neutered configuration. Yes, it is still all compliant. Kind of wanted to get the collapsible stock model, but at the same time, she actually wanted it because of John Wick 2, I think it was. I wanted one forever. I remember when I was in Iraq, we did a lot of work with going to detention facilities and whatnot, and a lot of Marines were carrying these, and yeah, I just thought it was the coolest looking shotgun ever, and as any review will tell you, this is probably one of the best semi-auto shotguns out there, especially for tactical type use. Save for the Beretta 1301, that, you know, like the Langdon version, and even the newer standard Beretta tactical ones. But yeah, this thing, it's a shooter. Much lighter than, say, the Spas 12, which I'll do a comparison on shortly. But semi-auto, gas, kind of they call it their Argo system. Or maybe these are the Bliss. It might be a Beretta that's the Argo, but whatever. You know what I mean. It's basically a gas piston system. But this one still only has a 5-round tube. I do want to get the extended tube for it at some point. I may never get the collapsible stock, because a lot of people complain that this stock is too long, but for me, I do have a long length pull, so you know, you can tell by putting it in your elbow. For me, it works great. And it's very comfortable. It's just natural for me. Safety, right here, behind the trigger, just a standard crossbolt style safety. Red is on fire, so intuitively, if you're walking around, you need to shoot. Yeah, that didn't go well, but you know what I mean, like, you want to kind of shoot. Trigger's not bad on it. We are clear. Very short, light take up. Take it off. Gotta fully charge it. And of course it's gonna go. There we go. So, very light take up. Actually, there's none really, but very light and smooth trigger. Bolt release. So, there's a bolt release on it, right there. This is not an extended one. Probably would get an extended one at some point. Very smooth action on the shotgun, and because for me, the comfort I get from shooting this thing, the recoil just, to me, it feels more like a 20 gauge than a 12 gauge. That's just me. Loading, I think, you know, it would have been nice if the loading gate was a little bit wider, and people have complained about catching their thumb on the feed grip, the carrier, but that's training. I think you can get around that. There is a magazine disconnect right here, right in front of the trigger guard, so you could disconnect the magazine and lock it to the rear, get that shell out, and throw like So you can switch to from a buck to a slug or whatever. You can do that without having the next shell come out. Another nice thing about these, I don't have dummy rounds to display it, but you can ghost load the Benelli so that, like, say this has a 5-round 2-bit right now. 5 plus 1 is 6, but you can actually ghost load a 7th round in there, so that you put the shell in, you hold it down while you would hold the shell down below to let it, set it in the carrier, and then once it got past the carrier, the shell got under the bolt, you could throw the next bolt in, or shell in, and you'd have an extra round in there. Works great. So, even with this neutered tube, I still get 7 rounds in there. That's pretty cool. So, I don't have any extra shell carriers or anything on it yet. This was a gun I just wanted to get it hands on. Hadn't had much of a chance to shoot it a whole lot this year because of we moved and all the other stuff that I've had in my previous videos with the cars and all that stuff. But as far as some tactical shotgun, this is probably, unless I get the Beretta 1301, this is probably my favorite shotgun I've ever had. So there's that. There's really not much else to say about it. It hadn't already been discussed in other people's videos. Very awesome shotgun. The sights has kind of the ghost ring has 2 white dots on the side and then a big dot in the front sight. It's kind of busy, but it works. I mean, kind of treating it like a rifle sight. With a slug, I can see that, but with buck, I don't really think there's a point to that, but it's whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on the Benelli M4. Not much to say other than it's a freaking awesome shotgun. Yeah, I'll just be reiterating what everybody else on YouTube has already said over the years. If you want one, get one. No reason not to. So, until next time, I'll catch y'all later.